What's up, everybody? Today I want to talk about something, and this is something that's made national news in the United States, and that is the death of Delbert Belton, or Shorty as they call him. And the reason I'm making this video is not just because everybody else is going to talk about this. It's because I actually know the family of the kid that hasn't been caught yet, Keenan Canard. And I'll tell you how I know this family, and I've known them all my life. And the reason I know them is because the grandma of this kid, pretty much my grandma too in many ways, I can say. She's been like a grandma to me. But she was actually the one that named me when I was born. So that's how I know her. And I grew up with a lot of her grandchildren, and I never really knew this kid. He was actually, I think he's 16 or 17, and I'm 25, so he's quite a bit younger than me. But I did go to school with his older brother, and I guess the reason I'm making this video is just because, one, I feel like the death of this guy was really uncalled for and just wrong in so many ways. And the fact that he was a World War II veteran makes it even worse, because there's not really too many veterans from the World War II alive or around nowadays, and that was a huge war for the United States and many other countries. So I just feel like that just makes that guy that much more important to the world. I mean, he's a hero, whether he did something heroic in the war or not. Many of the survivors from World War II are heroes to me. And the kid, I know the family and everything, and like, I'm not going to defend the kid because I never really knew him. I knew the older kids in the family and all the adults and everything, and they're all pretty cool and just laid back people. So I'm not going to defend this kid. I think he needs to go to jail. That is, if nobody gets to him first and does something before they catch him. But a lot of things I've been seeing is they're trying to turn this into a hate crime. And okay, let me just take a step back. This is in my city, as I probably mentioned, and I look at all the news feeds and everything from all the people in my city, Spokane, Washington, where this took place, and I just look at the comments, and a lot of people are just bringing up, like, saying racist remarks and saying this is a hate crime. And another thing that bothers me is they bring in the parents, and I know this kid's mom, and she's actually very nice, and the fact is it's not parenting, and this is not a race issue. I think race is just too easy of a card to pull into any type of crime that can consider, that has a black person and a white person, or a Mexican and a white person, or anything. I don't think this is a racial crime, or a hate crime as they call it. I just really don't think that. And then on top of that, the people that say it's his parents' fault, his mom is not in any way, shape, or form a bad person, and she does not do anything illegal or anything. So I don't think that's her fault. I believe a parent can only do so much to a certain extent, and once your kid gets old enough to make their own decisions, that's when things kind of go downhill. And I think it had to deal with the kids he hung out with and just the decisions they made, and maybe he felt like he was cool by hanging out with these kids, and that was the only way to gain their acceptance, is by doing stupid shit like this. And I think that's just what it comes to. And I actually found out a fact today that the city I live in has the most crime in the whole state of Washington, and that's even over Seattle and other cities that are well, Seattle's actually quite a bit bigger than Spokane, but Spokane's the second biggest, but it's still surprising to me. Anyways, I think this death was just uncalled for and unnecessary for two teenagers to beat the living shit out of a 88-year-old and kill him. I don't know what else to say about that, but just like the Facebook feeds and everything are really just bad. Like people talking about, oh, too bad George Zimmerman wasn't there. That does not justify anything. George Zimmerman did not do. I don't feel like he did the right thing either, and he should be in jail along with these kids that killed this old man. I think taking a life, unless it's the last thing that needs to be done or the last resort, is not the first resort of something. Like, you should not just automatically go to, I need to kill this person. If you don't have to kill them and you can get out with your life and you're not fearing your life, then you don't need to kill them. Whatever. Anyways, I don't want to bring in George Zimmerman or anything because that's not what I want to talk about. Anyways, my whole thing is I know the family, and the family is actually very good, a great family, and it's not their fault that this kid did this. He just happened to be hanging out the wrong crowd, I guess, and that's his fault. I think he needs to suffer, and death penalty or whatever, I don't really care. It's not my family or anything. They're like a family, but this kid, I never really knew him. I don't really care. He killed somebody. I could just imagine if that was my grandma that someone killed, I would want them dead too. And if that was my brother that had killed the old man, I'd want him to go to jail too and learn from his mistakes. That is there's no reason to kill somebody. And I guess this is kind of a rant, but it's whatever. It just is something I need to get off my chest and kind of talk about. The only person I really talk about this stuff with is my girlfriend. And yeah, that is the end of this video. So goodbye. Have a good day, people. See ya.